Yo, what's going on? Next up, we got Saints Row Hands Off preview. I'm gonna need to see anything and everything that there is for this game in order to know whether or not I would be interested to buy it. Because I was not a big Saints Row fan, but I enjoyed 3 and 4. Yeah, 3 and 4. So
Party's over, motherfucker.
I got a soft spot for these games.
That one had to hurt.
Having watched roughly 50 minutes of Saints Row gameplay, I'm encouraged by what I've seen. Volition's reboot of the series looks a lot of fun, filled with the wackiness, carnage and humour you'd
Really?
expect. It feels comfortably familiar, but with enough new ways to play to make it not just seem like a retread of what's come before,
What
and
the
promises
fuck?
to be a welcome throwback to an era when playful, urban, open-world games were a much more common occurrence.
What can I say? The world is full of uninteresting people, and I'm not gonna be one of them.
The first thing that caught my attention was the huge emphasis placed on customization.
My
Everything from your
bosses.
playable boss, a huge range of vehicles, arsenal of weaponry, and your base can be tailored to your own designs. Car customization
Damn.
in particular looks substantial, with everything from paint jobs to neon underglows available. The character creator is also extensive, giving players the option to create just about anything human
the
shapes
hell?
their mind can imagine. You can also completely overhaul the look of your character at any time. Simply open the in-game phone app to perform the most advanced cosmetic surgery known to man. In a weird way,
Holy
it reminded me of The
shit.
Sims as you build a library of characters, each with their own backstory you've made up in your head to take
Damn,
control of.
yo, that nigga-
However, the setting is less
Let me not say
SimCity
that,
and more
bro.
Sin City. The world of Saints Row is a fictional depiction of the American Southwest and looks colourful and bustling with life. The main city of Santo Ileso, a well-observed riff on Reno, Nevada, is a perfect example of this as little vignettes play out as you stroll down the street. A band might start playing out of nowhere, or you may even decide to provide the music
Yo.
yourself by pulling out a guitar to
This shit
entertain
kinda look fire,
or
I ain't
annoy
gonna
the
cap. What the
locals.
fuck?
It's this mix of semi-realistic setting and knowing silliness that made the Saints Row games what they were. Distinct sandboxes where anarchic behaviour is not only encouraged, it's often required. Tonally, Saints Row fits somewhere in between the second and third of the original series. Not quite as dark as 2, but not as off-the-wall bonkers as the third. From the brief conversations I heard in cutscenes and the way the members of your gang spoke to one another, I was getting big Watch Dogs 2 vibes. Something I'm sure will split people, but as a big fan of Ubisoft's San Francisco-based sequel, I found this encouraging.
Shit.
That said, Saints Row appears to offer a much more rural setting than you might expect. Large swaths of desert punctured with pockets of civilization fill the map, and it all looks pretty good too, as dust
Yeah.
and sand is kicked up into every cactus you fly by. These large open areas look set to be where Saints Row's vehicles shine, with fully revamped driving mechanics which borrow from familiar favourites. Games from the mid-2000s were never shy of taking successful gameplay quirks and dropping them into theirs, and that legacy continues here. Sideswiping into other cars conjures flashbacks of Burnout on PS2, while
Damn.
ejecting from a speeding car, deploying
What
a
the
wingsuit
fuck?
and hijacking another is a staple of Just Cause. I've even seen hints of a Back to the Future style hoverboard. One thing Saints Row has always benefited from is its vast range of unique weapons, and that's no different here. I've seen guns that shoot bullets through walls as if they're paper, finger guns that fire bullets from giant foam hands, and my favourite, the Thrustbuster, a throwable football that sticks onto enemies and vehicles, sending them flying into the air before
Yo,
exploding
I low-key
into
missed the
tiny
dubstep
pieces.
gun.
Every weapon, even the more conventional ones, have their own unlockable signature abilities too, such as turning a simple pistol into a quick-fire machine pistol with the click of a button. As you'd expect, the action and violence is all very cartoony. It looks fluid too, and finishing
Damn.
off an enemy with their own weapon before diving feet first into a nearby car for a quick escape, then
Yeah.
climbing onto the roof to fend off chasers
What
while
the
car
fuck?
surfing looks very slick. Enemies do look a bit bullet spongy, with some taking several shots in the head to take down, and it's often completely ridiculous, but that's always been part of Saints Row's charm.
Yep. Yo, this
Where
look-key
the
look
fuck
gas.
is Kevin?
There appears to be a ton to unlock, such as special moves like the Pineapple Express, in which you shove a grenade into an enemy's mouth and launch them at one of their friends, as well as skills and perks that let you tailor your style further. There's real variety in the enemies too, with each rival gang having their own fighting styles, units, and mini-bosses. From what I've seen, activities are pretty standard open world fare. Randomly
Bro,
generated
they are so
discoveries,
dramatic.
like blowing the doors
The way
off
they
of an
fucking
armoured
throw
van to
shit.
get the cash inside, provide moments of distraction, plus there are more scripted side missions. Main missions are as you'd expect from an open world of this kind. A lot of car chases, firefights, and the occasional big explosive moment. For example, borrowing a heavily
Holy
weaponized helicopter
shit.
to destroy a rival gang's facility before
Bro.
landing on the roof and infiltrating, further increasing your grip on the city. Then there's the modes which abandon story in favour of pure fun. One of these is Mayhem, a mode where you cause as much damage as possible within a set time limit.
Yup, we
It's Saints
familiar.
Row in its purest form, and makes no apologies about it. Taking down other gangs looks like it'll take up most of your time in Saints Row though, as you gradually complete missions to increase your
It's the
influence over the map by fulfilling the 14 separate business ventures available on your war table, each with their own series of objectives. New gameplay mechanics and modes such as Saints Row
Chalupa
Classic
Capra.
Insurance Fraud and customization options unlock as you progress through these objectives too. There are also collectibles to find around the world too, some of which can be used to redecorate your
What?
church
Bro, I like
base,
little shit
further
like that.
driving home the point of Saints Row being full of character and encouraging you to stamp some of your own character on its world. There's a lot going on in Saints Row then, and all of it will be fully playable in drop-in and out co-op too. Whether it all comes together to make for a great time before its August 23rd release
Co-op,
date is
my
hard
guy?
to know, especially as I'm yet to actually play it. From what I've seen so far though, I'm hopeful. Saints Row is looking like a fun throwback.
Nigga, me
and
too.
finger
Nigga,
guns
you got
crossed,
me
it
hopeful
feels
now, bro. This
exactly
shit
like
looks
that.
good.
For more on
I
Saints Row,
really
check
was
out our
not
latest
expecting this
trailer
to
of the
be
game, and for
good
everything else,
at
stick
all.
with IGN.
Damn, I'm low-key hyped now. Crack this shit. Bro, I really wasn't too sure about this when I first saw the cinematic trailer. Like, I just saw the characters and was like, bro, these niggas look lame as hell, bro. I don't want to play this. But now, as I'm seeing gameplay, bro, this look gas. I ain't going cap. Yeah, I'm gonna
Into
be
a
on the
nearby
lookout. I'm gonna be on
car
the
for a
lookout.
quick
I'm gonna be on the lookout. Y'all let me know what y'all thought of it. If you enjoyed my reaction, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you all in the next one.